Welcome to Bruce Tracy Photography. I just got back from the Camarillo air show and it was awesome. This is the third air show I've been to this year. Before this year, I'd never been to an air show, so all of a sudden I've become a huge fan of air shows. As a photographer, it's just a lot of fun to get out there and take pictures of old vintage airplanes or the jets that they're flying through the skies. It's just a lot of fun. Before I get to the highlights of the air show, though, I want to talk about the gear I took with me. I've got two cameras. I've got my Canon EOS R7, and I've got the original Canon EOS R. This is a crop censored camera, and this is my full censored camera. For something like the air show, the Canon R7 is the perfect choice. Gives you a little extra reach. You get a 1.6 crop factor, so if you're out taking pictures of birds or airplanes at an air show or sports photography, this is the camera you want to use. It gives you a little more reach. If I'm doing portraits or landscape photography, I'm using the Canon EOS R. It's got the full frame sensor, gives me just a little better image. And when I put it on a tripod, it works great. Now for the lens that I took, I have two options that I could have brought with me. I've got the Canon RF 600 f11. And I have this guy here, which is the Canon RF 100-400. For this air show, this was the perfect lens for me. The first air show I went to, I took the 600mm, and the problem was on the crop sensor, this turns into a 900mm lens. And these planes are coming pretty close to the crowds when they're flying overhead. And I found it was kind of hard to frame them up with the 600mm shooting at 900mm. So for this air show, I left it at home. I just brought this guy out there, the 100-400. It worked fantastic. Now what made this air show so cool was they kept blowing stuff up on the ground. They had these giant explosions that would send up these huge smoke balls into the sky. And then they'd fly the old vintage airplanes, the warplanes, into the smoke. And it made for some incredible photography. I'll show you some of those pictures at the end of this video, but first I want to bring you some highlights from the air show itself, so come along.
They're training the next generation of pilots, and Vicky's helping inspire them. I do the Magoo air show and talk to so she signs off on the other pilots and certifies them to fly air shows like she's doing.
Aim that smash she's looking for. That's part of the half cube in there. Watch his jaw here. Watch what happens with his gear. You can extend the gear while rolling upside down. And there's the gear.
Sid was the youngest member on the ISC Advanced Aerobatic team at the age of 19 years old. Very low to the ground with a 4-point roll.
go. Between these two aircraft, there's over 70 years of naval aviation history. Ladies and gentlemen, the Navy Legacy head-on pass.
Well, there you go. Those are some of the video highlights from the Wings over Camarillo Air Show. I think my favorite part of those air shows are when the jets fly right overhead, the noise, the way that the ground shakes. It's just a huge adrenaline rush. Now, I'm going to end this video by sharing with you guys some of the still photos I took, because after all, that's why I went in the first place, was to get some photography. So here are some of the best photos I took from this air show, and thanks for coming with me today.